Next up, we have Andrew Gawasak with TrustStamp.
My name is Andrew Gawasak. I'm the CEO and a co-founder of TrustStamp. And TrustStamp's mission is to empower both banks and their customers to transact business more confidently by providing the next generation of identity and trust as a service. Because in a single year, next slide please. Next slide. Thank you. In a single year, U.S. banks lost $20 billion to synthetic identities and bore the economic cost of an additional $8.5 billion to incorrectly declined transactions. In parallel, they are losing tens of millions of dollars to email account takeovers, also known as man-in-the-middle attacks. And these occur when actual wire instructions are sent to the financial institution from a business, but because fraudulent emails have been exchanged within that business customer's email. So globally, these problems are costing $60 billion. And the core problem is, how do I know who I'm dealing with on an internet transaction? Because we have a number of usernames and passwords, but these are subject to phishing attacks, which are occurring in tens of thousands every single week. And not only that, there's a new kind of phishing known as whaling, specifically targeting decision makers and C-level executives in businesses. So perhaps these high-profile stories have caught your attention and you regularly change your password. Well, if you get locked out of your account, you now have to deal with the pleasurable experience of calling a bank's call center, which will cost you about 15 to 20 minutes of your time and cost the financial institution an estimated $4.50 per call. Now, to avoid this cost, banks have been leveraging what are called one-time passwords, or OTPs, and these have been known to be flawed for a number of years because fraudsters can simply intercept these messages by using a cloning technique on Android devices. So perhaps you've become a fan of the finger scan on your mobile device. Be wary, because this information is actually stored directly on your device, and Russian hackers have proven very successful in stealing this data. And a research paper from a Japanese institution recently showed that they could take a picture of your finger from over 30 feet away and create a working 3D rendering of your fingerprint. So in the face of all of these authentication challenges, what TrustStamp provides is facial recognition AI that is different than the current solutions. Unlike simplistic single photo uses or amusing but ineffective wink at the camera type techniques, what TrustStamp uses is patented proof of life technology. And the process begins when the user on their mobile device or their computer simply holds it up and takes what feels like a selfie. But it's really a microburst of pictures or miniature video in which we're able to verify that that is a live 3D face. Not only that, we are able to use our facial recognition AI to compare that face to an image on a confirmed government-issued ID and generate a trustworthiness score in that identity. And to supplement that process, we have 40 different microservices, including social media data mining to search for additional photographic information. Once we're confident in the identity, that ID is then stored as a biometric hash. Now, while it is unique to each user, it does not have any personally identifiable data. And once we have created that hash, it cannot be reverse engineered into a face because it's just 15 different biometric measurements of the person's face. It is then stored on the enterprise server, or it can be stored in the blockchain, in which case it can be used as a single sign-in or a cross-institution login. So what are some of the cool things we can do with this biometric hash? Through our enterprise partners, we will be able to use a apply for credit card by selfie. You'll also be able to regain access to your account instead of calling that call center. You'll be able to sign and authenticate legal documents online, as well as decrypt those unsecure one-time passwords using biometrics. You will also be able to send sensitive information or wire instructions via email by encrypting it with your face, and it can only be decrypted by your intended receiver's facial biometrics. We will also be able to eliminate usernames and passwords for certain industries, and we're currently partnered with the National Association of Realtors to provide an identity and trust as a service solution to realtors for home buying transactions. Not only that, this biometric solution could very well act as a replacement for social security numbers. And finally, we've been interacting with some Internet of Things companies to be able to use this solution to give you access to your home, your office, or even your car. So what did users think of this? We performed extensive user experience testing with our banking partner, an S&P 500 bank who ran through a mock credit application. And I'm proud to say we had a 100% completion rate at the end of that testing. Not only that, users said it was genius. They said they were very comfortable with it and it was very easy. And for you UX junkies out there, we received a system usability score of 86 versus an above average score of 68. And our team is committed to continuing to improve that user experience. As some of you may know, we are proud members of the Atlanta Technology Tech Village. We have been in business for over a year, and I'm proud to say we are partnered with an S&P 500 bank representing $1.6 million of annually recurring revenue. But not only that, we have enterprise partnerships representing 5,000 different financial institutions, which represents 2 billion consumers across 30 different countries. Again, all in a single year of operation. And we're proud to be members of the Atlanta tech community who have become leaders in cybersecurity and fintech. And we look forward to bringing the next generation of identity and trust as a service, both to financial institutions and to consumers. Thank you for your time and attention.